Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right and somehow still feel invisible? You're showing up, putting in the work, posting your stuff, and it's just silence. Maybe a couple likes, a save if you're lucky, but no real traction. No sign that anyone actually understands what you're doing or is watching. It's like shouting into a tunnel and all you can hear back is your own echo. I'm in that phase right now, kind of stuck in between. Not exactly new, but not exactly where I want to be either. Not exactly somewhere. It's weird and pretty frustrating, to be honest. So I figured if I'm in this awkward in-between space, maybe someone else is too. Maybe you're refreshing your stats too many times a day. Maybe you're wondering if anyone is even noticing you're trying. And honestly, this doesn't just apply to social media, it applies to all other parts of life as well. So I thought, instead of pretending I've got it all figured out, why not talk about it while I'm still in it? While it's raw and real and maybe a little messy too. The way it actually is, not the way I feel like I'm supposed to edit it out to look like. Let's talk about the weirdest part of creating, the middle, which I like to call the invisible zone, where there is progress, there are little things, there are people, but you don't feel like you're heard enough. You don't feel like you're heard as much as you think your work is deserving of. That place where you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but it feels like screaming into a pillow. I've been working on stuff lately that I actually love. My art, my videos, my coffee art shop, my ideas. There's even a story I'd like to publish eventually, which I'm unsure if I'd like it to be a digital webtoon or a physical book. So if you have any ideas or opinions or suggestions to keep in mind, drop them down below. That would be incredibly helpful. Another thing is a community I'm building, which has been really refreshing and really inspiring as well, where I'm trying to get as many creatives in there as possible that understand our mission. And that's been helping quite a bit. But I'll get into more things that literally changed my mindset regarding this. My projects are like my literal children, my literal babies, and I treat them like that as well, sometimes even obsessing over every tiny decision regarding them. And I'm sure you felt that before, that feeling. But sometimes when they don't do as I expect them to, I start to wonder and sit there like, what now? What did I do wrong? Or worse, did I do everything right and still there's nothing? It really messes with your head, makes you wonder if anything you're doing is even working, if you're wasting your time. But a creator I watched said something that stuck with me. Most growth looks like nothing, 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 then something. I don't exactly remember who it was, but I appreciate them for that, because I understand now that it's not a build, not a slope, but a flat line. And then a spike. So maybe that's what this is, the nothing part, the invisible part. Here's what I've been learning while I sit in this phase. So there is this idea I came across recently from a book I started reading called The 4 Agreements. I'm still early in, but one part stuck with me. Actually, I'll just read it for you. All of humanity is searching for truth, justice, and beauty. We are on an eternal search for the truth because we only believe in the lies we have stored in our minds. We are searching for justice because in the belief system we have, there is no justice. We search for beauty because it does not matter how beautiful a person is. We don't believe that person has beauty. We keep searching and searching when everything is already within us. There is no truth to find. Wherever we turn, all we see is truth. But with the agreements and beliefs we have stored in our minds, we have no eyes for this truth. We don't see the truth because we are blind. What blinds us are all those false beliefs we have in our mind. We hate the need to be right and to make others wrong. We trust what we believe, and our beliefs set us up for suffering. That part hit me when I read it. I had to sit with it for a second to fully process it. It's part of the first agreement, which goes into being impeccable. I think I'm pronouncing that word right, but either way, being impeccable means without sin. Sin is, in that context, is sinning towards ourselves. Whether that be spreading hate to other people, which infects us as well, like poison. In the sense of being impeccable, without sin, you're spreading love, and it infects you as well, because the word is powerful in that context. Either way, we search because we think we don't have it, as the book says. Or maybe we search because deep down some part of us remembers we do. We're just trying to find our way back to it. That beauty, that truth, it's already within us. But the lies we've accepted, the noise we've absorbed, That's what's keeping us from seeing it clearly. Doesn't mean that it's not there. Doesn't mean that we can't still create it around us. And maybe the world doesn't always feel beautiful, but we can still be the ones who plant it back, create it, make space for it in our work, in our lives, and how we show up, even in the way we speak to ourselves when no one's watching. Maybe the world around us doesn't always reflect the kind of beauty we want, but we are capable of creating it, not because we're trying to prove something, but because when we do, it starts to feel real. And when it starts to feel real, we start seeing it more, in ourselves, in our spaces, in each other. So I don't think beauty is lost if we don't see it immediately, in whatever it is we're searching for it in. But we are the ones capable of creating and building a vision that sees it, that feels it, because becoming a real creative starts there. It was never about finding the perfect muse or the perfect tools. It was about learning to become amused by the little mundane things, by the thoughts we gave time to grow, by the seeds we plant that go deeper and deeper into its roots. That's the power we have. So here's a couple other things I want us to keep in mind as well. First, silence doesn't mean it's not working. Some of the best work is gonna feel ignored at first. That sucks, and I hate it as well. It makes me want to bang my head against the wall and delete all my work and drafts and everything, but it doesn't mean that it's not doing something under the surface. There's stuff growing, we cannot see it yet, like roots, and those roots are gonna prepare us for the future and whatever it holds. Those roots are gonna be the pillars that will hold us up when things get tough later on, because they will. We do not currently have the skills that we are striving to get. We do not currently have like hundreds of commissions, for example. I don't, because I will not be able to know how to handle it, and I'll probably break down. And that's why the roots I'm growing right now are going to keep me from breaking down in the future, because I'll be learning through that. So through all that I've said so far, I just want you to know that all of this, especially the reason I even mentioned that part about the book I'm reading, is because I want you to understand that it's all about how you speak to yourself. You wouldn't be able to do any of the tips I gave or anything if you're not speaking to yourself properly through it. And I gave you the reasons as to why, because otherwise, if you don't start from loving yourself, you're not going to be able to get far with your passions. It wouldn't be passions no more. It would literally just be a burden to you, whatever it is you're doing. Second, people don't need me to have it all figured out, and honestly, I don't think they want that either. Because personally, I wouldn't want that from the creators I watch, or the artists I look up to, or the creatives I look up to. We want to see someone trying. I want to see someone trying, someone in it, someone's journey, and be part of it. My favorite types of videos, ever since I was a kid, were basically those that show the journey from the very start. Gweise's book changed me, I feel like, because I saw and I got to experience the start of Gweise's journey. It wasn't just, oh, I'm studying this art mastermind. No, I saw where they started. And that's why I feel like someone's journey can be very impactful on how it's perceived, how their work is perceived. Because it's not someone who's hovering over us, acting like they were born with a ring light and a team, or hands with the magical ability to create whatever they imagine. There's nothing wrong with talent, but it's the journey, how you got there, that gives your work more spark. More meaning. It's the constant honing of your skills with that desire to bring your thoughts, stories, and lessons you've learned to life that keeps you going, even during the struggles, and even during phases like the ones we're in. Those things are what gives us those crazy goosebumps we experience sometimes when watching a movie where the character finally makes it, because we cried when they did, saw their inner conflict before they got to the point of reaching the stage and finding their own meaning. An example I'd like to give is Rumi and Gino. If you haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters, I definitely recommend it. I think everybody is right now. So if you haven't, what the hell are you waiting for? But when it comes to them, I think that they truly started glowing. They were glowing all along, especially Huntrix, which is the band of the girls, of the three girls. They were glowing all along because people understood their journey. People liked them because they knew their backstories. But in the end, at their last stage, you can see them glowing even further, because you've seen their inner conflicts and how they dealt with that. That scene gave me personally goosebumps. That scene honestly gave me the hardest goosebumps ever. Either way, back to our point. I've always thought I needed to act more professional or polished, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be fooling anybody. My bird literally stepped on my keyboard the other day, mid-filming, and muted my mic. I only realized that after I was done talking. And the second time I recorded, the mic was not even plugged in. I had to record this 3 times. But honestly, I'm glad I did because I feel more relaxed now, this 3rd time I'm recording this. Anyway, you don't need to be 10 steps ahead to offer value. I thought I had to be some kind of guru or whatever to post advice, but lately I've realized sometimes people just want to hear from someone who's just 1 or 2 steps ahead. Someone who's still figuring it out. Someone who still messes up lighting, composition, angles, whether it's during the creation of the art itself or recording it, or whatever your craft may be. Someone who still uses filler words sometimes, someone real, someone who drifts away from the point here and there, like I did throughout this video. And that's why I'm recording this right now. Not later, not when the channel's big, but now, when it's still small and kinda quiet, and honestly still pretty vulnerable. So let's talk about the next part of this video, which is what it feels like. Sometimes I feel good, really good, like I'm growing, I'm in the zone, and I'm getting better. And then I check the views, it's like 11, literally 11. It's probably on Instagram mainly because Instagram is just brutal. I end up feeling like a clown. I start spiraling, questioning everything, wondering if I should stop posting altogether, or if I maybe should take a break and turn into a couch potato. Or worse, bed rot. But then I remember why I started. Because, yeah, that cheesy line of remember why you started, it actually helps. Because it wasn't for the likes, it wasn't for the numbers. It was literally, my mission statement was literally to find meaning, beauty, comfort, and healing through what I make. It sounds dramatic, I know, but it's true. It's what I've always wanted. So I write things like, I'm still showing up, that's enough for today. And comment down below, I'm still showing up if you are too. And if you're still here, I'm really proud of you for getting through this. I scribble it in my planner, highlight a candle, fake ones cause candles are not bird friendly. Anyway, I make myself a cup of something cozy, put on my favorite playlist. Little rituals like this, they really help, they ground you. Here are a few things I've been doing lately that kept me from giving up that could help you as well. Romanticizing the work, even the annoying parts. An example is editing or drawing with a tea in a blanket, like a warm tea in a blanket. That really just changes the experience. You're more cozy, so try to make your environment as cozy as possible. Even if it's not fancy, you literally can be in mismatching PJs like I always am, and it still can be cozy, and you can still romanticize it that way. It can look really different for everyone, so do not judge yourself. Celebrating tiny wins like 1 DM or someone saving a reel, in my case, or those 4 comments I got. When I celebrate them, when you celebrate those little wins, they genuinely start making your days better. It's like training your brain to see proof instead of lack, and it gives you that feeling of gratitude that truly fuels you. Watching other small creators and artists, their behind the scenes, keep me going more than the polished ones, especially the ones who still film in their bedrooms or forget to cut out a sneeze or whatever. Making stuff I actually want to see, even if no one else does yet, especially if no one else does yet, because it means it's less likely that it's been shared yet or created. And even if it did, yours is still unique. It has your own touch to it, so always remember that. And lastly, talking to myself kindly, out loud sometimes. It's kind of weird, but whatever, it helps. It really does. So I definitely think you should try that. It encourages you to speak more positively about yourself, and even to other people, it gets you used to that kind of thing. So it no longer feels cringy. Not every post has to perform. Sometimes it's about the practice, the momentum, that invisible build-up that makes your next piece even better. Here's a smalley. A smalley? Here's a story. I combined story and small. Here's a story, super small, but it meant a lot to me. I did not just say smalley. I posted this little drawing that barely got any engagement. I almost archived it. You know that feeling where you're hovering over that archive button for like 20 minutes? That's how it felt like. Then I decided to put it as my profile picture, the one you're seeing right now, to remind me of that moment. Even if not many paused to see it and notice its potential, I did. Enough to put it as my profile picture as well, because it meant something to me. But then eventually someone said it reminded them to start sketching again, said it woke something up in them and inspired them, said it made them feel like they could try again. So remember that maybe nobody sees you right now, but if you keep going at it and if you believe in what you do, if you have a mission, if you feel like you want to deliver a message that has healed you or comforted you in some way, it probably, most definitely will comfort and heal someone else eventually. So keep healing and keep trying, because your message, it deserves to be heard, and it will be heard. And do not be too busy watching numbers, because the things that I just spoke about are more valuable than 10k views or 10k subs or 10k whatever or 100k whatever. They're more valuable than all that. I wish someone had made this video for me when I first started. Not a shiny tutorial, not a 10-step plan, just a real-time check-in from someone still figuring it out. Still trying, still unsure, and still getting imposter syndrome. So I guess this video leaves me in a trail, in case someone else is in the middle too. I want you to remember, you're building trust in yourself, and that kind of trust, it's unshakable. If you're still here, thanks. If this felt like something you needed, drop a seed in the comments so I know who's still in their growing season. I'd love to see who's out there building quietly, and maybe I'll see you in the next one too. Until then, keep showing up, and I will too. Even when it's weird, even when it's slow, especially then. And thank you for listening to this episode of The Art Diary.